Hello, my name is Ilona. Today is Saturday, December 3rd, 2022. Normally I do not tape a video on Saturday, but I just had a lot of inspiration and I really wanted to talk about the things I'm going to talk about in this video. But first, of course, Twitter kind of blowing up. Elon Musk released the information that a certain administration from Mr. B has been intervening in certain things that's connected to voting by suppressing a laptop and by using Twitter for that. That's, if I'm not mistaken, called treason. So there's a lot of things happening right now. I think there's a pretty frenzy going on also in the media because they're trying to suppress this, twist this, change the narrative. But I think it's the cat's out of the bag. Very interesting. We already knew this, but it's now for the other people to see, like, hey, this has been happening for quite some time probably. So that's the first thing I want to mention. The things I want to take a look at is connected to Elon and has to do with the Neuralink. That is his company that actually announced that they're now want to start testing the brain implants that they're apparently designing, and start testing them on humans. They've been testing them on monkeys and pigs, and they now want to, take the next step in the phase of, using these brain implants, of course, for people that are maybe paralyzed. There are all kinds of ways they can use these things. Of course, this has to do with the dark agenda, showing the dark agenda. That's how I view it. But I'm going to take a look with the cards what this is about, what the energy is about, the Neuralink, and why he is announcing this right now. If I'm not mistaken, he also showed a robot, I think a couple of months ago, maybe two months ago. At a Tesla meeting, he showed a robot, which would be the future of mankind, helping these robots, of course, taking over a lot of jobs. And let's face it, a lot of robots are already used in a lot of factories. But this is, of course, showing people. So I'm just going to see what the cards will have to say about this, because the Neuralink announcement fits with this agenda. So let's see. We have the Devil. Well, very suitable. We have the Page of Pentacles. We've got the Page of Wands in the past. We have the Ten of Swords underneath the central card. We have the Seven of Swords in the future. And the Two of Wands. I'm just going to get one more card here, and that's the Fool. Just to clarify these two cards. So what we're seeing is that this is showing the world where the dark energies want to take this. This is the transhumanism, the agenda, wanting us hooked up to technology, want to take over us with technology. This is, of course, also connected to the stings. They have all kinds of things in there so they can hook us up. Of course, depending on your badges and what you got. There were placebos as well, but I've mentioned this in other videos as well. But I just want to focus on the Neuralink story. This is about showing people what the dark energies truly want to do with us. And that's not a good thing. Of course, people are not immediately seeing the connection, but they're getting information that this is possible. Of course, this already is possible, but it's brought to a bigger audience. So people who are just watching the mainstream media are now understanding as well that this is coming. And of course, more and more information will come out, but you have to start somewhere. Just like with the fashion brands connected to children. And it will, more and more things will come out, and ultimately people will be notified of what's truly been going on with children for a very long time. You cannot just show them, because they will not be able to understand it or not fully comprehend it. They may just say that's not true. So you have to kind of give them smaller pieces to digest. So this is part of showing people this agenda. This is part of what's really going on, what they really want to do, and that's hook us up, really hack us so we don't have our own thoughts, our own feelings. We pretty much like robotic slaves. That's what they want. Of course, they first want to get rid of a large part of us. So the people that are left, there will be like these half cyborg Borg types from Star Trek connected to this hive mind. That's what they want. So they want all these implements, you know, in your brain so they can control you from there. Of course, technology in itself, there is nothing wrong with technology. It's how you use it. You can also, of course, help people that are paralyzed with, for instance, a brain implant. I do believe that there is, of course, technology, frequency therapy, things like that that can help us and support us in a way that we do not need to put anything in our body to heal. But ultimately, we have the powers ourselves to fully heal. We are very, very powerful. That's what the Great Awakening is about as well, is to understand how powerful we are. But in the meantime, we, of course, can use alternative medicine, things like that to support us, to help us. We don't need any kind of technology inside of ourselves to help us. I truly do not believe that. But there are many other things like frequency therapy, light therapy. There are many things you can use to support you, to help you. But ultimately, we can do it ourselves. It's really about connecting with our self-healing powers that we have. So I just wanted to mention that as well. But this is really about showing the people and stepping away from this, making this radical decision not to continue with this, because this is a very dark road. But it's shown to us. It's an opportunity for people that are not thinking about these things, are not researching these things to understand what is truly going on. It's part of rolling out this agenda, showing people. I've mentioned this before, but if you'd said like 4 or 5 years ago that people would be stuck in their houses and wouldn't be able to leave, and they may need some kind of passport or something to get into the supermarket, no one would have believed you. Many people that have been awake for a long time, 10, 20, 30 years, been talking about this, and they were all put in the crazy section, like, yeah, you're crazy, that's never going to happen. And let's see where we are now at. We see that things can happen very quickly, and this can have an awful turn. And of course, this needs to be shown so we can truly understand. We need to step away from this. We need to leave this behind. This is not how we want to live. At least that's not how I'm going to live, or how I want to live. But every one of us will have to make a decision which way we truly want to go, because ultimately it has to do with your frequency, in which timeline you will end up. And I do believe that we are really at this point that things are kind of shifting things, and it will be up to our frequency where we'll end up, so to speak. These cards show me that more and more things will come out. These are not like the most positive cards. This one is. So a lot of things, more things will come out about technology, about control, about controlling people, mind control, what's been going on for so long. It's all part of showing it. Show, don't tell, they always say. Very important for people to experience things. So more and more things about that the dark energies are trying to get away with. They think they can still get away with things. They are kind of in a position that they are not capable truly to change the narrative anymore. Just what's happening with Twitter right now. They don't have that control anymore. They're losing the control, and more things are going to come out. Also about technology, about taking over. Wouldn't surprise me if they are going to start more about cloning and things like that. There's been so much hidden from humanity, so many things that we just don't know about, or at least a lot of people don't know about. Of course, in the truthful community, a lot of people have been researching this, but I still believe there are a lot of things that I certainly don't know that will come out. So this is really about showing, so that we as humanity can really change course, especially with this card as well, to change and step into a completely new future, completely new timeline, where we do not end up as like Borg things, sort of speaking. It's like robotic, half human, half technology. It's really, we do not want to end up there. So that's what I'm seeing in this card reading, I also want to take a look at Kanye West. I find this very interesting. To be very honest, he doesn't feel like a complete whitehead. He feels like a gray head. He still has a lot of dark energy. That's what I'm feeling. And sometimes those things are popping up. He feels like a bit like a loose cannon. So sometimes he's bringing out truths that are important, but in the other times he's just creating confusion. And I think it has to do with his own energy being very chaotic and confusing. So I'm just going to take a look, especially with his interview. I haven't seen it. I've seen some things about this his interview with Alex Jones. And I just want to see what the energy is around Kanye West. What is the energy? We have the Three of Swords. We have the Sun card in the central card. We have the Six of Pentacles in the past. We have the Queen of Swords in underneath the central card. We have the Queen of Pentacles in the near future and the Nine of Wands. So this is two cards from old pains. So I do think he is troubled. I think he's been through a lot. It wouldn't surprise me if he's been programmed, used by the dark energies. They've already put him in an asylum, if I'm not mistaken, through his sort of handler. His name is Harley Pasternak, if I'm not mistaken. He is connected to this, allegedly. We, of course, don't truly know, but I think he shared a few of those messages, which really showed that he apparently is capable of taking care of things and taking care of Kanye, or Ye, as he calls himself. But these are old pains, so he's still struggling with a lot of things, a lot of demons, so to speak. And this is also about the Sun, so he is trying to show things. He's obviously speaking out about this celebrity thing, about the rap scene, what's going on there. He's speaking about truth. He's trying to connect with his inner child again. But there's so much pain surrounding this. And it's very difficult sometimes to fully understand what's true and what isn't, and how he means things. He does have this very way of causing controversy just for the hell of it, so to speak. He just wants to say things to get a rise, to see how people are going to react. That's what connected to the Queen of Swords. So it's very difficult sometimes to understand what's true for him and what really is just a way of trolling and seeing a reaction, a rise out of people. But he is trying to get truths out, and probably also connected to children, not just connecting to his own inner child, but also connected to children concerning the celebrity things, what's going on in Hollywood and what's been going on there for a very, very long time. So this is all connected, but there's a lot of pain. And I do believe it's very important for him to take good care of him, not just physically, but also mentally and emotional support. He truly needs that. I do believe he needs like this feminine energy around him to, in a way, or someone, a female, maybe helping him out on the background. Doesn't have to be someone that we know or have heard of, but it's someone helping him as well. It's necessary to really connect with his emotions, with his intuition, so that he knows what's really true or not. He feels very confused in certain aspects and certain ways. So he says things that are important. We need to speak about those things, especially concerning children. He is trying to connect with his own inner child because there is so much pain and hurt around him. I do believe that he's really truly being used on many levels, and he's still dealing with this. It's important for him to just really truly take care of himself, take care of his health and his mental health. But he feels a bit like a loose cannon. So sometimes things will come out that will seem like, oh, this is whitehead influences, and sometimes some dark influences still enter through him, because he is still chaotic and trying to find his way, what is truly right for him and what isn't right. So I'll have to wait and see what's going to happen with Kanye or Ye. We'll just have to see which way he's going to go. I do believe that if he truly managed to connect with himself, with his inner child, with all these pains, and he has help with that, someone that can help him along in this journey, I do believe he needs help with that, because there's so much going on, that he'll be able to step out of this or snap out of this and truly be someone that can help the community and help with what he's saying. So this is what I'm getting with Kanye or Ye West. I'd like to leave it at this, and I hope to see you in another video. Bye.